Hi everyone, welcome to ZyNerd's session on CMC Vellore NEET PG 2026 Complete Info Guide. The first info guide beyond the registration process that we have done for CMC Vellore. Why are we doing it now? Because CMC Vellore's application form is closing for certain categories. Who needs to watch this video? We'll just quickly go through that so that you can continue with your preparations for August 30th if you are not in any of these categories. Institutional preference, anybody who has done MBBS in CMC and has completed 2 years of CMC's bond. Minority network, if in case you belong to any of the minority network associations of CMC, those associations which form CMC, and you are planning to work with them for, you've already worked with them for 2 years, or you're planning to continue with that for a longer period of time, and they are ready to sponsor you for a particular course or any particular seat. And then you have candidates who belong to service category. Service category, please have a look at it. In case you have served for 2 years in primary health centers, armed forces, you've served in leprosy affected areas, with NGOs, slums, in case you have served in similar areas, if you are a service candidate, please go to the part of this session which says what is the eligibility for service and what are the seats available. So this is some category which is usually missed out. For a reference, we would say somebody who was ranked 18,000 last year got a radio diagnosis seat in CMC Vellore, one of the best institutions across the country, because the person was a service category candidate and cared enough to apply for CMC. In case you are, then this was in round 3 though. So in case you belong to any of these categories, please go ahead and apply with the knowing that we can't predict CMC seats pretty much, but we would like to apply now. We'll go through the important dates, seat splits and quotas. In case you are looking at CMC seats and you are not any of these categories, but you're looking at CMC seats, everything can be done later, including the Tamil Nadu government quota CMC seats, and the general category open seats which are available for all candidates. That can be done even after the results are out. They'll give you 2 weeks to do that. So those candidates do not need to apply. Only those candidates whom we mentioned are required to be apply for CMC now. Rest of it can happen later. Important dates: 17/6 is the last date of is the day when the application opened up, and 14/8 is the last date of application for minority network, service and IP categories. General merit category has time till 2 weeks after NEET PG results. You can apply today with whatever you have and send across the documents by 24/8, and 29/8 you can have the recommendation forms from minority network organizations. This is for other categories. For service and IP categories, conduct of NEET PG is on 30th, and the rest of the details will be announced later. The forms need to be submitted online, and then depending upon what you have, your supporting documents will be sent later based on the timelines. 1,500 needs to be paid as registration after applying for CMC for any of these categories: minority network, service, IP or general merit. You also have to apply for Tamil Nadu management category. Again emphasizing, who doesn't need to apply? I am a candidate who is going to be eligible for Tamil Nadu government quota. I don't need to apply now. There will be CMC seats under 20% Christian minority, 30% other seats. You don't need to apply now. But if you belong to minority network, service, IP, general merit seats are there, 10. Across India, anybody is eligible, not only Tamil Nadu candidates. Those set of seats you need to apply, and general merit still has time. The rest of them, it is closing. Now we look at what are the seats that are available in CMC. CMC ranks in the top 4 institutions across the country in almost every survey. There are around 253 seats, an increase of 15 seats almost this year. So seat increase is mentioned over here. You can just have a look at it. Very good that general surgery, ophthalmology have a seat increase, and MG emergency medicine is also a 2-seat increase. CMC's physical medicine and rehabilitation is also known. So if you're interested in these courses, you will also have excellent academics in CMC on that. These are the total seats that are split, and you can also have a look at all the seats over here. Those which are have a hash mark over here are all clinical seats, and then these are the split of seats, and the duration is also mentioned. They also have a 6-year MCH neurosurgery course. Only one of those 2 institutes across India which has a 6-year MCH neurosurgery course. Eligibility: MBBS CRRI completed before 30th September, NEET PG qualified, registered with any state medical council, and those who have a service obligation with CMC, they should have completed their service obligation of 2 years. Basically MBBS completed candidates, or let us say you have a service obligation with another state, a state bond or an institute bond is there, that should have been completed by 31/10/2026. Seat split: so because there are 255 253 seats or so. You will have 126 or 127 seats under TN government quota, and the rest 126 or 127 under TN management quota. You have to be very clear about this. This is for TN government under Tamil Nadu government quota. This will have a criteria of MBBS from Tamil Nadu or TN native. Any one of these will be the criteria. We will also have a look at it. This is something that we are not concerned about now. We are only concerned about the CMC management quota, which is also filled by Tamil Nadu Management Counseling. So CMC management quota, you will have to apply for CMC and also for Tamil Nadu Management Counseling. That will have half the seats. This only has eligibility of open seats or candidates anywhere across India. This has only Tamil Nadu eligibility. Now, Tamil Nadu government quota 50%, you can skip this if you don't have time, and because this is not going to be what you need to apply for now. You don't need to apply for CMC for this. So you should have either MBBS from Tamil Nadu or native of Tamil Nadu. Reservation exists in this. 30% of seats are available for all candidates. Let us say in total around nearly 75 seats will be available for all Tamil Nadu MBBS or Tamil Nadu native candidates, and there will be reservation too. For this you need to apply under Tamil Nadu government quota. Nothing to be done now. And then you have Tamil Nadu native candidates who are Christian minority within this Tamil Nadu native. Not MBBS from Tamil Nadu, native of Tamil Nadu. If they are Christian minority, if their religion is Catholics, CSA Christians or any other denomination, then those candidates are eligible for another for remaining 20%. That is also under Tamil Nadu government quota only. Nothing needs to be done for that. You have nothing to do with CMC, you are not in service, but you are still eligible. If you are a native of Tamil Nadu, you are Christian minority. For this set of candidates, set of seats, you also have CMC graduates who completed 2 years service outside Tamil Nadu can also apply. Like for example, a CMC graduate has to complete their MBBS and then complete a bond of 2 years. If they have completed it outside Tamil Nadu, still they are eligible to apply for these seats. This is TN government quota. Later only you need to apply. You don't need to apply now. What is the eligibility for this? We already mentioned the eligibility. MBBS or native of Tamil Nadu. All candidates who are Christian minority will be eligible to apply. In addition, CMC MBBS bond application and are also eligible to apply. So this is 30% government quota, this is 20% Christian minority quota. Application is through government quota, and service obligation is also clearly mentioned here. For this category of candidates, you have, in case you complete your MBBS, your PG from CMC, for clinical you will have to serve 4 years, for non-clinical, for neurosurgery, so clinical you will have to serve 2 years, MCH neurosurgery 4 years, and for pre or paraclinical MDMS or DCP, service obligations are nil. If you have noticed, there are around 4 DCP seats in CMC as well. Next, this is for government quota. We are coming out of government quota. We are looking at what is going to happen, for what we are looking at currently, which is basically the CMC management quota, 20%. Now, how does CMC management quota happen? Applications are open now in CMC. You will have to apply now in CMC, except for general, for which applications will be open even after the NEET results are out. So this general merit, if you are waiting for, skip it, you can come back later, but the rest of them you need to understand this. Clinical seats are split as 4 parts. See, let us say there are 126 or 127 seats. This year it has increased. Last year in general merit category, nearly 6 seats are there. Maybe around 10, 11 might be there. This might be not the right number. The seat matrix might have slightly higher. Nearly 8 seats and then 16 seats and 70 seats. This might not sum up because the allotments are not necessarily the seat numbers. Now under the general merit category, you have certain seats like OBG, RD, GM and pediatrics. Everybody is eligible for these seats across India. So if you have a top ranker, there might be one OBG seat or one RD seat waiting for you. You belong to another state, then you will have it. TN candidates might take it under TN government quota, but other state candidates, this is the only option to get into CMC. This general merit seats are available. Institutional preference is 10% of seats. This might be a little higher. This is there basically for those candidates who completed MBBS, and service category we will come to, and then minority network we will have details on that. Pre and paraclinical seats are split as 50% of seats are filled by service candidates, service category, and the remaining by general merit category for pre and paraclinical. MD microbiology and MD pathology alone, 50% are split between minority network, IP and service, and the remaining 50% for general merit. So only these have a higher general merit category. Otherwise, any course which has more than 8 seats, I think, in the management quota might have one seat under general merit. That is the general rule that they follow. So general merit, who is eligible? All candidates across India are eligible. Institutional preference, UG from CMC and 2 years you have completed your service, they are eligible. Service category, 2 years full-time service in areas of need like mission hospitals, leprosy hospitals, armed forces, government primary health centers, tribal areas, rural and remote areas. So those who have worked in slums and registered NGOs, all these candidates are eligible for this category. You don't need to upload anything now. If you don't have time, just go ahead. You know that you are a government PHC candidate of Tamil Nadu. You might have very good seats under CMC under this category, even those that you might not get under Tamil Nadu government quota. All candidates are eligible, like 18,000 like we mentioned. RDOs available. Then minority network. Minority network is a list of around 63 to 70 associations which CMC might have, 63 I think. 2 years of service obligation which is completed, recommended by the CMC minority network. The organization, the church that you are part of, CSI Vellore Diocese, CSI Tirunelveli Diocese or any other place, Nagaland, etc. So the particular association has to sponsor you, and you should have completed 2 years of service obligation, and then you are obligated to work still beyond your PG. This is only for minority candidates. But you note that all these three are not candidates of minority category. They might be of any religion. So that is a general perception is that all seats are for Christian minority candidates, but this complete set is for not Christian minority candidates. Institutional preference alone might have larger number of minority candidates, but still there is no limitation as far as religion is concerned here. And next, we have the CMC management quota where under general merit, we look at the eligibility and when to send the documents and what will be the service obligation, bond afterwards. For general merit category, all candidates are eligible, no documents to be sent. This will be available till 2 weeks after the NEET results, so don't need to worry. And then clinical MDMS is 1 year, pre or paraclinical MDMS, there is no service obligation. So 1 year is the service obligation. So if you get into CMC through the general merit category, you will have to serve only for 1 year. Next, these are the closing ranks, and if you look at it, there will be only one seat over here for general merit under CMC Vellore. General medicine, radiodiagnosis, pediatrics, anesthesia, etc. have one seat. Pathology alone will have 2 seats because of the 50% rule. Otherwise, you will have only one seat, not more than one seat usually. So the total number of seats, like I mentioned, is not 8. It might be higher, let us say around 12 seats or so. And the closing ranks are also available here. You can see that. If you are looking at radiodiagnosis, only if you had scored a rank of 1041, it will be available. CMC Vellore General Medicine is excellent. So you can see that the top rankers have taken CMC Vellore General Medicine by applying under the open category. This 71 is because many failed to apply under the open category. Otherwise, it will be on the top. Under the general merit category, that is. Institutional preference, all MBBS from CMC and completed 2 years of service bond in CMC, those candidates are eligible. Self-attested documents to be sent by August 24th and 2 years service obligation completed should be also, the certificate should also be sent. Service obligation in CMC or one of its associated hospitals or mission hospitals or in the same network where you are sponsored from, that is required after the completion. 2 years of service or 3 years of service. 2 years of service if it is DCP, 3 years of service if it is clinical or paraclinical courses. Note that this is 3 years, and MCH neurosurgery 6 years of service. You will serve for 6 years after completing your 6 years of MCH neurosurgery if you get a seat under the institutional preference category. Next, we have a service category. Here you can clearly see that this is for 2 years full-time service, those who have completed full-time service in areas of need. So CMC has this big set of seats if you have completed 2 years full-time service in some area of need. You have armed forces, mission hospitals, leprosy hospitals, government PHCs, tribal areas, rural and remote areas, and slums and registered NGOs. In order to check that, they will ask you to send all the documents. 24th August 2026 is the deadline. You will have to give proof of 2 years of service obligation, and then you will have to, this is an annexure, you should have to get the annexure, certification from the head of the institution, official head with the exact dates. I have served for 2 years in this period, not the last 2 years, maybe any 2 years if you have served, you are eligible, and form 16A and B attested. Basically the form 16 is to tell salary has been paid during the period, and then in this particular location you were there, that will be clearly there in the form 16. That needs to be attested by the head of the institution and or the appointing authority. Service obligation in CMC, it is basically similar to the general merit category in sorry, similar to earlier, clinical MDMS is 2 years service obligation, pre or paraclinical MDMS is 2 years, and MCH neurosurgery is 4 years, DCP is 1 year. Now this is for the service category, and we will be looking at the closing ranks of the service category. You can clearly see that service category has these high number closing ranks. Seats which we don't accept at 30,000 in an institute like CMC are available for those candidates. Like emergency medicine, 30,000, you won't have seats in all India counseling, but still CMC has those seats because these candidates have served for 2 years, and also for the fact that nobody applies for this because there is no awareness. You can see MD radiologist is 18,902, possibly closes at 7,000, maybe 8,000 last year for OBC category or general category. Seat at 18,902 for a candidate at the end of TN management quota round 2. That is excellent. Now next, minority network, you will look at eligibility for minority network. This is only for those associations of CMC, 2 years of service obligation, and they should recommend. It is not only 2 years, they should recommend, and they will also mention possibly the course that they are recommending you for. All documents should reach before 24th August. 2 years service obligation in areas of need should have been completed. Only then they will recommend. And then your form 16 should be there, and you will also have your baptism confirmation or church membership certificate. This is very important. You have to be a part of this minority network, only then they will recommend. So this basically means this is for Christian minority candidates. Service obligation after the completion, it is the same as what you have for institutional preference. 3 years for clinical and preclinical or paraclinical courses. Even pre and paraclinical have 3 years service obligation. DCP is 2 years. And MCH neurosurgery is 6 years. Again, if a candidate who is recommended by a minority network is doing a 6 years MCH neurosurgery in CMC, then they will also have to serve another 6 years, 12 years with CMC, but that might possibly interest a lot, and they do serve. The list of 63 minority network churches or organizations is listed over here. If you belong to any of these, already you would have started the process. You can start this process now. Otherwise, you can fill in everything and then later send across the documents. Note that those which are marked hash are not eligible for admission year 2026. It comes on a rotational basis, so that is how it is. Now next, we have CMC service bond and penalty. Bond we have already discussed separately. The penalty for not fulfilling the service obligation is 40 lakhs for PG courses and diploma. DCP it is 20 lakhs. Withdrawal after the course begins. Let us say you withdraw your seat after the course begins. You complete your course. Start your course, and then within 1 month after starting your course, at the end of the admission cycle, after counselings are over, no more upgradation, the seat will lapse, correct? Nobody will be able to get that seat. In that case, there will be a deadline given. After that deadline, after round 2, usually it happens in Tamil Nadu, there will be a state penalty of 15 lakhs for a PG course, a MDMS course, and in addition, you will pay 15 lakhs for PG degree to CMC. So that is a 30 lakh penalty, and stipend is 54,000 per month. It might increase in alignment with the Tamil Nadu state stipend. So CMC fee structure, unlike what we know, it is not a private institute fee structure, and people will tell you that CMC has a high fee structure and a total of 1.87 lakhs is the CMC fee structure. How are you going to pay? This is not 1.87 lakhs. It is in total 1.87 lakhs for 3 years put together, but you will pay that at the time of admission. So when the admission starts itself, they will ask you to pay 1.87 lakhs for 3 years put together, but you won't have to pay any tuition fee or any college fee or university fee at a later point in time. So this is a tuition fee which actually goes to the institute. This is the college fee which is for college administration expenses, and this is a university fee which doesn't go to the institute but to the university. So you can see that almost 60,000, and it includes exam fee, etc. You don't need to pay out for any of these. So basically, you're paying everything at the beginning of your 3-year course, and it comes to around 60,000 only, and this is possibly including the if you exclude the university, it is lesser than many government colleges. Similarly for this for DCP, post MDMS it is 2.30, they have increased, and that will come to around 75,000 or 80,000, between 75,000 to 80,000 per year, but you have to pay it upfront. First year itself you will have to pay it, and sorry, it is post diploma. MDMS is 2.58, and then MCH neurosurgery is 3.73. Sorry about the confusion. MDMS post diploma, which is 2 years. If you are studying for 2 years, it is 2.3. If it is studying for 3 years, then it is 2.58. Neurosurgery is around 3.73 lakhs. This is for 6 years put together. So next, We have the FAQs. FAQ, again the fee is same for management or government quota. Yes, CMC, every seat is similar. Whatever category you get under, you will pay only that fee, which will come to a maximum of 70 to 75,000 per year. Fee is 3-year fee or per annum fee. It is 3 years fee but paid at the beginning. Complete 3 years put together, including the university fee, which many institutes don't say. So that is one thing. Accommodation is available. Accommodation would be available in CMC, but it is on a first come first serve basis. Initially you might have to put up in some other place, but later they will provide accommodation on a when you can avail it, when they have enough accommodation. But over a point in time you will get accommodation within the premises. If you are looking at family accommodation too, they might be able to provide. Check with your seniors. Should I apply for the TN counseling? Whatever you apply, whether you apply for CMC management quota, you are applying for TN government quota or management quota, whatever seats, if you want to get a seat in CMC, you have to either apply for Tamil Nadu government quota or Tamil Nadu management quota later. Currently you have to apply for CMC if you are looking at general merit seats, institutional preference seats, minority network seats, or service category seats. Is there anything that I need to do after completing the application form? Yes. If you belong to service category, minority network, or IP, you have to send across the documents by the date mentioned. There are different dates mentioned, 24th and 27th. Just check at the dates for your particular category. Contact address and details. You can connect back with them in case you have any queries. They are very responsive, very structured. So please connect with them in case you have any queries. CMC would be responding back to your comments. We are pretty late actually. The last date is close. But still, if you are able to update everything about, if you know that you belong to the service category, especially if you have missed it, you might have some time to apply and go ahead. Apply is what we would suggest. There will be definitely good seats for service candidates as well. Thanks a lot for watching.